How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today is the first video where I have my Yeti microphone, and hopefully this goes well. It's not the most intuitive thing to get to learn, and it took a little while to set up too, but hopefully everything works well. Hopefully, it's the right distance away and everything. This will be kind of a learning process, but I think it will really help the channel. I'm actually going to do a video on how I got this essentially for free and how it's going to pay for itself 10 to 50 to 100 times over. But today we are actually going to look at GNUS brands. So GNUS has been down significantly over the last few weeks, over the last month or two. And I want to take a look at it because they had some big news that they had been going to announce for a while, and they finally announced it on Wednesday. So I want to talk about that. Also, I want to just look at the share price, look at the value that the company has, and just go over all of that in this video. It's been a while since I talked about GNUS, and I think that there has been a lot of change. So before we get started, if you don't mind hitting the like button, and also if you do want to use the links to WeBull and to M1 Finance below, there are links down there. You can get 2 free stocks, one worth up to $1,400 if you sign up with WeBull. And then you also can start your investing journey with me if you sign up with M1 Finance. I'm investing $100 a week, so I would suggest doing the same thing. At my age, if I invest $100 a week up until I am 60, I should have around $1 million, and I'm investing more than that. But if you want to join me on the journey, you can invest more, you can invest less, so whatever you want to do. Let's get into the video here. So GNUS Brands is at $1.93 today, and this is a company that was popping like crazy a couple months ago. If we look here, they were up to, I think, actually $11 or $12. Yeah, $12 intraday on this day, and then it's just fallen and fallen and fallen. Around here, they talked about an exciting new business opportunity that they had for the next day, and the stock jumped like crazy. It jumped 54% in the day. And then it came out and the news wasn't as exciting as people thought. So then it fell back down the next day. I kind of talked about how I didn't think that there was anything that they could announce that would make it worth that much. And what they announced was that they had some intellectual property from Stan Lee that they were going to be releasing into their content. And that was just something where I felt like whatever they said wasn't going to be enough to satisfy or to make sense of a 54% jump. So since then, it's been a steady decline of about 15%. So today they announced some new business updates, so we're going to go over those. They talked about how after a slate of recent company news regarding the launch of Cartoon Channel, the creation of Stanley Universe, anchored by a global deal with Archie Comics to produce their comic line, their appointment of Michael Uslan as head development for Stanley Universe, and how they are going to use him as the head of development for Stanley Universe. They have some new business updates today. The CEO says, recently we have made tremendous strides in growth, and those developments are just a part of the GNUS brand story. During this time, our Cartoon Channel team has been working with the iOS app, which will debut before month end, and securing new content. Our global consumer product sales team and our international distribution teams have been busy working and negotiating and closing deals. Today, we're sharing the announcement of distribution deals stretching across 4 different continents and consumer products licensing deals with products ranging from branded face masks to bicycles. These new agreements give us a stronger platform to deliver long-term value at GNUS Brands. We are working diligently to build a value machine in children's entertainment, gathering the best talents in the industry and striving to provide top-quality content. This is the best way to deliver long-term shareholder return. So there's more news here, but just breaking down what's happening here. They're basically saying they're busy doing a lot of different stuff. They're trying to build the best team possible. They're giving an example of some of the items that they're looking to sell and license. And honestly, I think the face masks are a great idea. I think that there isn't a huge market for these face masks. And as we go along and we figure out these are kind of here to stay, a lot of people might have to wear face masks for a very long time. and parents might have their kids wear face masks just to be safe for a while. So as we move along, I think there isn't really a supply of face masks that are fun and entertaining. So, I think that this is a good idea for them to get into. And bicycles too, there just aren't a lot of bicycles right now. A lot of outdoor equipment is sold out. So I think that that's a good idea. Moving down though, they say GNUS Brands has signed a raft of broadcast and digital platform deals around the world, and for its animated tentpole children's series Rainbow Rangers, currently airing in the US on Nick Jr. Then they go through all the different countries and the different TV programs that they will be streaming this through and having it on. They also talk about how they have licensed the rights to mainland China for season 2 of Rainbow Rangers, for Llama Llama, which is one of their big TV shows starring Jennifer Garner. GNUS Brands has signed a new international content deals, including TVP in Poland, CAN in Israel, and Croatia HRT. They also talk about how they're gearing up in August for the retail launch at Walmart for the toy line from Mattel, along with hundreds of other products coming to retail over the next 12 months. Then they go through what exactly they're selling. They're selling CDs, apparel, books, bicycles, sleepwear, underwear, costume and accessories. So basically they're selling it all when it comes down to it. They also have partnered with Mask Club on a new initiative to feature Llama Llama branded face masks here. I took a look at them. They're like $14. They just have little pictures of the llama on it and stuff. I think that, those are probably going to be easy enough to sell if people really like the show. They're also going to distribute a lot of different products for Llama Llama. So they're going to have plush, activity books, DVDs, games and activity books, toys, holiday plush, and so on. So they're again doing a lot of different stuff with Llama Llama. And then with the Cartoon Channel update, they're having the iOS COPPA compliant Cartoon Channel app by the end of July to enhance user experience. So lots of different stuff. They go into their different shows here. You can read those on your own time if you want, but this is a stock where they announced this today. It had zero movement. So 0% up or down in the pre-market, in the market during the day, in the after hours. It's just been a really boring day for GNUS Brands. And they announced this on Wednesday and there's 0% change. The last couple times that they've announced news, the stock price has gone up or gone down. There was no lead up to this. I mean, they did mention that they had more news coming, but it's not like the stock popped off like last time. I think what they're trying to do is good. I think that they're trying to build a lot of different streams of income around the content that they have. However, I don't know if I think that it's worth it at this point. I personally would not invest in this company at this point. So the main reason, or one of the reasons, is they are diluting their shareholders like crazy. So if we look at this, they converted, or they raised $13.75 million in March 2020 through some new shares on the market. I get that they weren't very expensive stock back then. They didn't know that they were going to get expensive. They needed money to build what they were trying to build, so they sold them right in here around 20 to 30 cents. So I get it, but they also kind of shot themselves in the foot because they had about 49.6 million shares outstanding. However, if a lot of these people convert their notes into shares, they can do that for just 21 cents per share. And right now the stock is $1.93, so I don't know why they wouldn't do that. And then there's going to be a result of 65.5 million new shares. So they're going to dilute the shares like crazy. All your earnings are going to be cut pretty much in half because of the shares. And then they also can exercise more notes that would result in another 65.5 million shares. So there could be 131 million shares added when they only have about 47 million shares now, or about 50 million shares, something like that. So that's going to, like they say here, 3.6 times the number of shares outstanding prior to this financing. So if they were going to make $3.60 per share, or let's say more like 36 cents, that would be closer. Now it's going to be cut into 10 cents per share. So that's just going to kill your returns, first of all. Second of all, they're selling these at such a low price. It just really hurts to see it. It's not like they're going to raise a lot of the money that they could now if they sold these all these shares at $1.92 or $1.93. They would have about another 260 million. Instead, they're going to get about 27 million. So that is just rough to see. You don't like to see that if you're an investor or a potential investor. Now, just looking at their financials, I know that they're a growth company, but this is something that worries me. We have no idea what kind of revenue that they're going to create from all these different deals. They haven't really provided much guidance on it. Their revenues here are $1 million, $1 million, $5 million, $1 million, $6 million. Their net income is in the negatives too, and it's just becoming more negative because they're trying to grow. There's nothing necessarily wrong with negative net income if the company is growing a lot and they can just kind of turn on the faucet and become profitable whenever they want. But right now, their revenues are so low. They are losing $12 million a year, and they're only bringing in about $6 million. And I just don't see how well they can expand and how much money they can actually make. And right now, since the stock went up so significantly, this is a market cap that is pretty sizable at $205 million, and they're losing $12 million a year, and their total revenue is only about 3% of their market cap. So that is just something where I don't see it doing well. It has a very high amount of shorts in it, as you can see here, about 28%. The other thing that I've noticed too, this is more anecdotal, but I have a small cousin who's maybe 3 or 4, and I asked her if she had ever heard of GNUS Brands or Cartoon Channel or Rainbow Rangers, and she watches cartoons all day. She had not heard about it. So that's anecdotal, but just looking at Cartoon Channel on YouTube, so this is one of their big streaming platforms. I know that they have deals with a lot of other platforms like Amazon, Amazon Prime, and YouTube, and some different things outside of just YouTube here. But if we look, 92 views from 4 hours ago, 500 views from 2 days ago, 5.2 thousand views, 730 views, 1.7 thousand views. This is just something where it doesn't seem like this is worth $200 million. I mean, of course, they're not getting all their views here. This might be one of 10 different streams of income here. But if this is a representative sample, they have a lot of things that just bomb on here, like 500 views from 2 years ago. They don't produce a lot of content, honestly. So over the last 2 years, they've produced 10, 12 videos. So they're not making that much on YouTube, and they have 67,000 viewers or subscribers. For them to get 5,000 views with 67,000 viewers or subscribers really does not impress me in the least. So I know that is also, like I said, more anecdotal, but just to me, it just seems like whatever they're trying to do now isn't enough to satisfy the shareholders or to be able to explain the share price. So I think that a lot of people got excited. They thought it was going to be the next Netflix, and it's just fallen a little bit flat of that. But I'd love to hear what you guys think on this. I would love to hear what your thoughts are, whether you are still in GNUS. I know a lot of the people that watch these videos are GNUS shareholders. I'd love to be able to hear what you think about the microphone. Hopefully it worked out well. Hopefully I actually recorded it and I don't have to record this again or anything like that. That would be very frustrating, but I guess if you see it, it worked out well. So let me know what you think about this. I have to figure out exactly where I want to move it. I want it to be close enough to my mouth without being right in front of my face. I thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Again, you can use those links below if you want some free stocks or some free money or just to support the channel. I do have a link to my Patreon down there if you want to join our Discord chat and talk about stocks. We're pretty active on there with people talking throughout the day. It's pretty awesome to join. So let me know if you have any questions on that. But otherwise, I will just see you in the next video. I appreciate it. Bye.